So, this is for all you people out there after an excellent day of working and delivering packages. Oh. Yeah, it seemed like one of those really good days, not gonna lie. And since I'm off the clock, I think I'll get away with this, honestly. But my hands are still kind of covered in ink and stuff from handling a lot of packages. You wouldn't believe the dirt and crap that can get on them. Well, no, if you've gotten plenty, you could. But the numbers of packages that people order is just astronomical sometimes. And this is to people's homes. Like, I've had, I think 3 days in a row now where I've stopped by someone's home to drop off, at least 2 packages. Or no, at least 1, and some of them are pretty big. And, it's ridiculous. It just blows my mind. And I mean, I don't mean blows as in the pleasurable way, but blows as in that's still stimulating, but what's the word? Intellectual way. Oh, but yeah, it's been pretty warm again. Luckily, this morning, I guess it rained in the area. I never saw any more rain, but it rained, so I started off the morning on a cooler note. But I think I said earlier that I kind of miss doing some things like the streaming. And honestly, if I could find a way to dedicate more time to do that, but also be able to work the UPS at the same time. Right now, I have to drive 50 minutes to an hour, 45 minutes to an hour in order to get to where I start. And that just takes a lot out of the day. It just really, it's not nice. So, luckily I'm not going the other direction because there's an accident and they're all stopped up for blocks on and all. But if I could get a spot where I could be home sooner, I think I'd be able to get more streaming done, but I'd also be able to sleep in a bit easy. Well, I got to sleep in this morning, but I had to go out the door somewhat quickly too. So that was something. One thing that's very particular when it comes to this gig is the way that they do it with where I'm working. You have to kind of sort through your packages, and you're kind of on your own. So you pick up your packages from a location, and you kind of load them up yourself. And so part of that includes sorting them out so that you're not going all over the place, and so that your trips kind of make sense. And I think sometimes overall we lack that, in that we think, well, if I just shove stuff away, kind of put things on my list and go and get it done, then I'll be fine. And I mean, there's merit to that. Sometimes if you're having trouble just getting stuff done, sometimes that's a good start to getting stuff done, is just going and doing it. But there comes a point where you eventually have to improve and organize your stuff so that you can get more squoze into your day and more done in your day than you would otherwise get done. Because I know my first day kind of doing packages, I organized things in a certain way, but somehow I had selected the middle of the route, so I had started like somewhere in the middle, and I ended up going all over the place doing stuff, and so it took forever to get stuff done. So when I got back on Monday, I kind of had the deal where I had things organized. Even though I was in a different area on Monday, I had organized things in such a way that it kind of made a touch more sense, but I still spent like an hour plus driving. Well, no, actually. No, I was able to get out decently quickly, but it took me longer because I was further south than normal. But then Tuesday, I kind of took a bunch of the business stuff and got that taken care of pretty quickly. And those trips usually take longer because usually they have multiple packages. And so it's not simply like drop and go either. You kind of have to get, so you're bringing, and usually they're larger packages, so you're making multiple trips, and then on top of it, you're also, what is it? You have to make multiple trips because of the larger packages, and it's not as easy to stack them because some of them can get quite weighty. But then you've also got to go through the signature process, which right now is kind of just get a name and go. But that process kind of takes a bit longer. And sometimes those businesses, I've had it run a couple times where I have to like go through the signature process a couple times because of the way that they named things. And the addresses slightly mismatched when they did it. So it just really threw me for a loop the first time I saw that. But, I mean, it's not that bad. Usually there are business ones every day. I've had business ones every day, so it is what it is. But I try and organize it so that I get those out of the way, and then I go on to the residential stuff. And so I get through the neighborhood, and I think today I was able to get that in its own, well, no, that took me its own trip. It might have taken a couple trips to get through that completely. But then there's also the apartment complexes that I've been able to fit in one load as well. And those go by generally pretty quickly. Some people don't know how to drive. Anyway. But it's kind of that thing of what are you going to pick out first? I could have picked out the apartments first and gotten them out of the way. But it made more sense to save them for last because I would have been in one spot and done and gone. And then I called up a driver and checked with him and took a few stops off of his load and took care of those. And I still got done pretty decently. And in part, that's kind of learning to organize stuff real quick. Even though the training might be slightly outdated, I was able to squeeze that time in. And even with as kind of ramshackled the organization was after I picked up from the main driver, I was able to get it done in a decent period of time, even though I had to dig around a little bit, which usually happens because I organize it, I set it in, and then I end up messing it up in the process of driving or other things. So, yeah, hopefully I can get it to a point to where I can stream and other things that way. But I'm kind of on my way home, and the drive is stop and go traffic right now. So it's exciting. Yeah. So anyway, while I'm doing this, Subscribestar and that kind of cool thing, check out the Discord. I'll try and be on there as much as I can. But usually it's going to be in the evening right now and on Saturdays. So I should be able to get through and do a couple that way. So check out, and also get that subscriber count up, whether it be on BitChute, YouTube, or the PeerTube. That would really help immensely as well. So if we can move that around, I'll be pretty happy. Great, and right under that yellow light. But yeah, Subscribestar would really help. If we can get that growing, then like my Christmas wish, honestly, is that I could have that going right now. So if you want to, Christmas right around the corner after Thanksgiving, of course. But this is for those people that might be checking after Christmas. But yeah, organize your stuff. Check out all my stuff, Subscribestar and all, and I will see ya.